Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Melissa with DIY with Melissa, and today I have an adorable project. I am super excited about this, and I hope you will be too. It can be used as a wedding gift, a birthday gift, or an anniversary gift. I think that's pretty much the only reasons why you would use it. And what it is these super cute coasters. Um, but they're not just coasters. They have a calendar on it with the date, year, with the heart over the day of that anniversary, wedding, birthday date, and then the information below whose one it was. So my husband and I got married August 18th, 2007. So that's what I did for us. So I got a calendar, made it for the 2007 calendar, put the heart over our wedding date, and then our names with a couple of hearts at the bottom. I am super happy with how this turned out. I'm actually going to put them on our desk so we can have our drinks sitting on it. This is a sublimation project, but can also be used with infusible ink and vinyl. Vinyl will be very hard because the wording is pretty small. So just think about that when you're doing it. But I do offer sublimation print, so hit me up if you want me to print them and ship them out to you. That can be done too. So let's get right into it. We're going to start over at the computer. I'm going to show you how I designed the project on Design Space. And then from there, we will press it and get them all together. Hope you're excited as I am. Let's head to the computer now. We are back at our computer now. As you can see, I have the design sitting here, and I'm just going to go through quickly how I went about making the design. So I went in to images. Now, as you know, I'm making this for a wedding anniversary. So a calendar for almost 17 years ago is not really something that's readily available. There's ugly ones on Google, but there's not these really cute ones like what I made. So I actually did this myself, and I did it by going to images and I searched for calendar. And I use this one here that says December on it. So we'll open that up and add it to our canvas. What Cricut does is it allows, if you see this blue, it allows you to edit your design. So I am going to go ahead and do that. When you've clicked on your design, it's currently grouped. You can ungroup it. And I'm just going to grab the December and I'm going to edit it. I do like to do some of my commands from the right side of Design Space because I don't know about you, but sometimes I try to click on portions of a design that was supposed to be a group and it moves, and I don't like that. So I tend to move to that a lot, but you can double click. However you want to edit, please edit, but this is how I do it. I'm going to just change this to August. And I am going to add 2007 to it. And I used Billion Dreams for the font. I used the same font for the names at the bottom and for the numbers throughout the calendar. Make sure and change it to black. Once that's done, we can go ahead now and group everything. Actually, I'm just going to take this. I'm going to group it actually. And then I'm going to just ensure it looks centered. Just like that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to select everything. I've said it before, but just to select everything, you can just click outside of your design and drag your mouse over to cover the entire portion that you're trying to select. And we can group it back. The other thing I did was I just selected all the days of the week. And we're going to do that by clicking on one day, holding Control on the keyboard and clicking the other days. And change the color. I am using my sublimation printer to create this design and sublimate it onto the coasters. If you're not going to be using a sublimation printer, and let's say you're going to use vinyl instead, I would do the entire project in black except for the red heart, the two pinkish color hearts. Why? Because you want to make it as easy as possible to weave the design and to put it back together. If you have the design as one piece, as it's all black and it cuts in one piece, then you're just weeding and adding your two sets of hearts to that design. If you're going to do a bunch of different colors, then you have to layer that on, and it's going to get a little tricky and frustrating, I guess. Not that it's not doable, of course it is, but it will be a little tricky. Keep that in mind when creating your design. Whatever you are comfortable with, of course, please do. So after I finished that, I just changed the names of the days of the week to purple. I did purple because that was the color for our wedding almost 17 years ago. The last thing I did was, or not the last thing, but I added the numbers. And like I said, I did this in the same Billion Dreams. And you may have to go back to a calendar from the year if you're doing this as an anniversary gift, just to see what day the month started, or work your way backwards. August 1st, 2007 was on a Wednesday, so I went ahead and I did that. And you'll just go along and add in your numbers. I'm not going to do all 31. When I had finished all 31 numbers, I added the names, Melissa and Kevin. Again, in black, I did this. I did ungroup and bring the ampersand a little closer to the Melissa. I found the space was too big, and I can't use the letter space portion on design space because it's going to bring all the letters together, and I just wanted the ampersand closer to the Melissa, and then I brought the Kevin. And the way I did Kevin was I just, again, clicked outside, selected the entire name, and I'm just using my keyboard to move it over. Again, this is just my preference. I do this because I feel like if I use my mouse, there's a good possibility that I'm going to shift it and it's going to be a little wonky. So I just move it with the arrow keys on my keyboard to where I like it. Once that's done, we'll group everything back, and now we have Melissa and Kevin. And next we're going to go to images. We're going to search for an open heart. I searched for open heart because I wanted it to have the outline only and to be able to see the number. And the one I chose, this is the one I chose, and the number for it is M49473513. Bring that into Canvas. We're going to change the color to red. And there you have it. That's how I did that part. The last one is the double heart. I think I searched for double heart. And I picked my double heart from here. There's lots that you can choose from, and it's totally up to you, whichever one you want. This is the one I chose. The image number for this one is M470A044F. Add that to Canvas. The other thing that you could do just to make lining up your coaster a little bit easier is measure your coaster. And I measured it at 3.75. Add that to the back of your project and center everything. Then I'll flatten the entire thing. What Cricut will do is it's going to print this project. And again, this is for sublimation. Print the project and then cut it into the shape that I need for the coaster, allowing me to be able to center this better and easier on the coaster. You will see that I did not do that when we moved to the craft table because it will not print properly for me, and I have no idea why. I have tried everything, but for some reason, I'm losing the registration marks. So if you don't have that issue like I do, please go ahead and do it this way. Get your Cricut to cut it quickly. You'll have no issues lining it up and no wonky looking coasters. So we'll go ahead and get this going. Just know I have a true sublimation printer, so I don't need to mirror my project. If you have a converted sublimation printer, you may have to. Don't forget to mirror. If you are using vinyl, you don't need to mirror. If you were using infusible ink, you will need to mirror that as well so that it can be heat pressed onto your project. So those are my tips. We are going to get this printed and move to the craft table, and I'll show you how to put it all together. We have our project printed. Our calendars are all printed for our coasters. I have my heat press here. I have it set to 390 for 40 seconds. You could do this on a regular heat press, of course. I'm using the Easy Press today just to show that it can be also done with an Easy Press. If you don't have the big heat press, it's okay. I am using sublimation prints today, but if you need to, you could do this with vinyl. It's going to be a little difficult because the names of the weeks, the days of the weeks are a little small. You could do this with sublimation as well. I would put everything in black except for the red heart and these two hearts, but make these maybe the same colors to make it easier on you when weeding. You don't have to line up and move things around and whatnot to get your design going. I am using my sublimation printer. I have the Epson, what's it called? FC100, I think it's called. It is a true sublimation printer. It's not a converted printer, but by all means, a converted printer, if it's converted correctly, would work as well. So those are your options. Oh, and the last one, of course, I mentioned it when we were at the computer. Vinyl, permanent vinyl on your coaster would also work, and it would actually be okay because this is not going to go into the dishwasher. You can wipe the vinyl clean as you would on a cup, and yeah, it will be a little bit tricky with weeding. Not tricky, but it will be a little time consuming, I guess, with the weeding. So just keep all of those options in mind. I do sell sublimation prints, so you can also send it off to me and I can get it printed for you. Okay, so let's move on. I have one ready to go. First, I'm going to just lint roll the coaster to ensure there isn't any debris on it. And we'll just put this here. So we're gonna just try and eyeball center this, which is a little difficult, but not impossible. That looks really good right there and straight. And we'll start taping. I usually like to just get a piece of tape on, and once that piece of tape is on, then I can go ahead and tape the rest. Our heat press is now ready. We're almost ready here as well. As you may know, I am using my tape dispenser. This is only for heat protectant tape. I absolutely love this thing. Before, I'd have the rolls, have to pull the tape off the roll and cut it with scissors or whatever the case may be. This saves so much time. I'll set that aside. We have our two coasters ready to press now. So we'll go ahead and do that. And also ensure you have a glove, a heat protecting glove ready, as it will be very hot. I am going to add some pressure to this, not a lot, just kind of push down with my body weight. And that will be sufficient to get this going. Again, $3.90 for 40 seconds. Okay, so we can turn that off. When sublimating, a good way to tell that it sublimated well is by looking at your pressed project to see if it's see-through. Good for me. I'm going to get the tape off so we can reveal what it looks like. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. I am so happy with how this turned out. We're going to let these cool off, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to package it all together. Our coasters are complete. They look so adorable. I'm just going to add them to this packaging here that I have. I did cut it down to size. This is the bag that I had. Fold it in half. I have some pretty washi tape that I'm going to seal it with, and fold it in half again. Just like that. Perfect. What will we add with the coasters, you ask? Well, we will definitely add a good bottle of champagne, and we have our champagne flutes that are personalized with Mr. and Mrs. We're going to add that to our basket. I just grabbed this basket from the dollar store. I'm going to add the cups. I should have gotten some tissue paper or something to put in there. I did not, but that's okay. But I will add that. And I'm actually going to add a little hot glue to the bottle, like so. And I'm going to stick this package right there in the middle. There we go. So the last thing I will do, I have some cellophane. Press that aside for just a second. Grab our cellophane. Grab our gift basket. Good right there. Cut your cellophane down to size. And bring it up together. Perfect. There you have it. The perfect little gift basket for that family, friend, loved one, whoever the case may be, with personalized glasses and coasters and a fantastic bottle of wine. What more could one ask for? All right, so there you have it. Our project is complete. We have an adorable gift basket that we can gift to for an anniversary, for a shower, to the newlyweds, whatever the case may be. And it was very simple to do. The package looks super cute, and that's about it. I really hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Don't forget to hit subscribe, the like button, and the bell button so that you are notified when I post more videos. Hope you all have a fantastic week. Happy crafting. Take care and bye now.